Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The NBA has surprises in store for its fans. Big star trades happen, and sometimes deals are cancelled, as was the case with the Lakers and Hornets in exchange for Dalton Netsch for Mark Williams. And the Lakers and Mavericks trade continues to generate rumors, and things are being revealed. Anthony Davis's agent reported that he would block this trade, but manager Rob Pelinka is hiding the subject from Rich Paul. Now another bombshell has emerged. Davis may end up needing surgery for this injury, and there seems to be tons of uncertainty when it comes to what is happening with him. Many people are asking if Davis has already been injured for the Mavericks. Will this trade be cancelled as well? All of this is upsetting to the fans. But I understand that the Lakers made this trade cleanly, and it cannot be cancelled. Even if the agent wants to undo the deal, this cannot be done. The NBA is serious and will not allow it. The Lakers claim that Anthony Davis was healthy and got injured by chance, and fate made this happen. Anthony Davis's agent, Rich Paul, categorically states that he would have overruled Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis if the Lakers had told him. Would Rich Paul have been able to stop the biggest trade of all time from happening? On February 1st, no one could have foreseen that the entire landscape of the NBA was going to change. That was when Shams Charania of ESPN posted that the Los Angeles Lakers had pulled off a trade for Luka Doncic, with the Dallas Mavericks inexplicably giving up on the 25-year-old star that led them to the NBA Finals last year. Going to the Mavs in exchange were Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick, a return that was laughed off as not being close to enough for someone of Doncic's caliber. The trade talks between the two parties were so tight-lipped that no one outside of that inner circle knew of the deal that was in the works before Charania tweeted out the biggest bombshell of all time. Now, Rich Paul, founder of Clutch Sports, the agency that represents Davis, and LeBron James, said that had he known, the trade probably would have never materialized. 99.9% of the time, I'm going to know what's going on. The one time I didn't was the one time we all didn't. I'm glad I didn't know because it probably wouldn't happened if you did know, Paul said in an appearance on Gil's Arena. Paul is one of the most respected agents in the game, and he is always on the lookout for what's best for his clients. Had he caught wind of the trade talks, then there certainly would have been a discussion between him and Davis and whether he would embrace a trade to the Mavericks. James most certainly would have been looped into the talks as well, considering how prominent of a voice he is both for the Lakers and for Clutch Sports. But it did seem like the stars simply aligned for this blockbuster trade to materialize. Doncic is now a member of the Lakers, and the purple and gold now have their foundational star for the next decade or so. In the aftermath of the trade that sent Luka Doncic away to the Lakers, it has become clear how much the top brass in the Mavericks organization loathed Doncic and his apparent lack of work ethic and cavalier attitude when it comes to defense. For the Mavericks to decide to trade Doncic away without drumming up a bidding war means that they wanted to get him out of the organization as soon as possible, upsetting their passionate fanbase in the process. Lakers to fully unleash Luka Doncic against Hornets, his minutes will be up. With the All-Star break behind them, the Los Angeles Lakers, fifth in the Western Conference with a 32-20 record, look to fully integrate Luka Doncic into their lineup as they eye a deep playoff run. The team has a quick turnaround. They will face the Charlotte Hornets on Wednesday and then the Portland Trail Blazers on the road to complete a back-to-back. Doncic, who joined the Lakers in a blockbuster trade involving Anthony Davis, is shaking off the rust from a left calf strain that sidelined him for over 6 weeks. Doncic's recovery was timely, as the Lakers head coach, J.J. Redick, confirmed that the star guard would no longer be on a minutes restriction. "He'll be fine," Redick said after Tuesday's practice. That extra 5 or 6 days of All-Star break was good for him. His minutes will be up tomorrow. And I don't think that there's going to be any sort of restrictions going forward. Despite playing 24 minutes or less in his first 2 games, Doncic averaged 15.0 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4.0 assists. His shooting percentages were lower than usual, 40.7% from the floor and 26.7% from three-point range. Given it was by far the lengthiest injury absence of his career, a gradual process was expected. He admitted he felt a bit rusty but already sees strong potential. "I think we can go very far," he stated after a recent game against the Utah Jazz. "Obviously, today I felt a little bit rusty, 2 games in after my injury, turnovers, missed free throws, so I gotta do way better. But now we're approaching this break, so we gotta rest." The Lakers used Tuesday's practice partially to work on execution with the team's recent newcomers, but mainly to get everyone reacclimated to 5-on-5 basketball. "A lot of it was just getting up and down the court," Redick said. "We did some execution stuff, trying to get the new guys acclimated to different things, but mostly just about getting guys up and down, and getting reacclimated to playing live basketball." Before the break, Doncic pointed out how limited his opportunities were to gain 5-on-5 reps. He surely benefited from getting up and down the floor with a set of teammates he only competed with briefly. "It's good. Still getting back in rhythm," Doncic acknowledged. "You can't really practice that 5-on-5 stuff. It's way different in the game, but I'm just happy to be back out there and trying to win and play games." One of the main factors surrounding the Lakers as they try to achieve a strong finish to the season is the chemistry between LeBron James and Doncic. With James questionable to play against the Hornets due to left foot soreness, it remains to be seen if the two stars will get live reps together. LeBron James also commented on Doncic's gradual integration into the Lakers system. "So far, they have logged 37 minutes together, with intriguing results, but the sample size is too small to have many takeaways." With James questionable for Wednesday's game, there could be a slight delay in Los Angeles's ability to resume this ongoing process. "I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. We only had 2 games so far, and I believe he's been on a minutes restriction since he came back from the calf," James said. "As he continues to get in form, I think we could be really good going down the stretch. But we'll see what happens." Dorian Finney-Smith, who played 5 seasons with Doncic on the Mavericks, emphasized how valuable the Slovenian star's presence will be for even talents like James and Austin Reeves. With the defense likely guarding Doncic with their top defender, matchups will come easier for James and Reeves to attack. "He's gonna open up so many opportunities for everyone, especially LeBron and Austin Reeves," Finney-Smith said of Doncic. "They've usually been getting the team's best defenders. Now the best defender is probably going to be guarding Luka." Los Angeles Lakers' fatal flaw that must be fixed after 2025 NBA All-Star break. Although we are entering the second half of the NBA season, the reverberations of the Luka Doncic trade are still fresh on the minds of NBA fans. It still feels surreal to see him in a Lakers jersey alongside LeBron James, even in the 2 games he did play limited minutes in prior to the break. There seems to be a different energy around the Lakers this season as, even before the Anthony Davis trade, they started to turn the corner on the season and settle into a rhythm that helped them ascend to the 5th seed in the Western Conference playoffs race. Still, there are questions that need to be answered and flaws that need to be worked out for the Lakers to achieve the ultimate levels of success this season. As the Los Angeles Lakers head into the second half of the NBA season, their biggest challenge lies in how head coach J.J. Redick manages the roster's strengths and weaknesses to create winning rotations. The team's struggles with defensive rotations and offensive synergy remain significant hurdles. To compete in the highly competitive Western Conference, which includes the deep and versatile Oklahoma City Thunder, Redick will need to find effective. When the Lakers traded Anthony Davis and Max Christie for Luka Doncic, they sacrificed their defensive anchor and a promising 3-and-D wing to secure a generational offensive talent that can push them into the future. The Lakers' defense wasn't phenomenal with Davis and Christie, who fluctuated in and out of the rotation during his time with the team. Despite Pelinka's impressive move to bring in Doncic, the team still struggles with interior defense and toughness in the paint, as highlighted by the Lakers' pre-All-Star break loss to the Jazz. The Lakers roster has its flaws, good enough to make a playoff push with the aging but still incredible LeBron James and Luka Doncic, but it will certainly need upgrades to stay competitive as they transition into the Doncic era once James ultimately retires. Even with capable defenders like Jared Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith on the roster, J.J. Redick's rotations have leaned heavily on offensive firepower rather than prioritizing defensive presence. This has often left the team vulnerable to scoring runs, particularly when neither Doncic nor James applies consistent defensive pressure. For instance, during recent games against playoff-caliber opponents, the Lakers' bendable defense became a glaring issue, allowing open looks and easy penetration. Still, there are glimmers of hope for this season. James has shown that he can be a capable defender at the 4 spot, roaming freely as a help defender and still agilely working passing lanes to intercept errant passes on defense. He's also shown to be a capable post defender who can use his strength to keep most forwards and centers in check offensively. Also, Vanderbilt, Finney-Smith, and Gabe Vincent help raise the floor of the Lakers' defense. While they're not the best in the league, that unit can certainly cause opposing offenses headaches. But there lies the problem. The Lakers aren't maximizing their 3 defensive-minded role players properly in the rotation, especially with Doncic on the floor. It's only been 2 games, but the small sample size leaves little to be desired. Their ability to easily blow by the Lakers' wing defenders puts pressure on the back line of Los Angeles' defense to step up to stop the penetration into the paint, leaving them at the mercy of the opposing offense to either kick out for a 3 or find an easy inside shot, with their only true shot-blocking threat now rocking a Mavericks jersey. To fix this, the Lakers need to ensure that at least one defensive-minded wing shares the floor with LeBron and Luka at all times. Vanderbilt and Finney-Smith offer the perfect solution. Both are versatile defenders capable of guarding multiple positions. Strategically incorporating them into lineups more will bolster the team's defensive identity while covering for Luka and LeBron's occasional lapses. This then bleeds into the offensive strategy, as Redick seems committed to keeping Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup at small forward for his offensive versatility. Vanderbilt is a capable defender but still needs to grow his offensive game. Finney-Smith, with his 6'7" frame and 37% three-point shooting on the year, certainly seems like a perfect candidate to join the starting unit. But who should he replace? The choice is clear: he should replace Austin Reaves in an effort to provide a spark to the defensive scheme, fully unlock Doncic's offensive potential, and provide a spark of scoring and playmaking in the second unit. The Luka Reaves offense conundrum. Offensively, we know Luka Doncic is a wizard with the basketball. His ability to read defenses, create opportunities, and score at will has made him one of the most exciting players in the NBA. But integrating Luka's skill set into the Lakers' offense alongside LeBron James and Austin Reaves has presented a unique challenge. The problem? Too many ball-dominant players sharing the court at once. James has openly stated that he is willing to be a more off-ball player as he's fully settled into being a power forward. But, with Doncic on the roster, Reaves's fit in the starting lineup causes interesting conversations. While Reaves is an excellent complementary piece and an amazing third option, having him share the playmaking load with Doncic in critical stretches disrupts the natural rhythm of the offense. Luka thrives in a heliocentric role, much like when he was with the Dallas Mavericks. Asking him to defer undermines his strength as an offensive initiator. For the Lakers to truly be competitive, they need to empower Doncic as the primary creator. James has become one of the league's best off-ball scorers and slashers and has proven that he can be a great secondary initiator. Putting Doncic in the point guard position with Dorian Finney-Smith in the shooting guard role as he's tasked to space the floor and guard the best guards in the league could certainly reinvigorate the Lakers. Reaves moving back to the bench unlocks various rotations that Redick could deploy, particularly lineups where both Doncic and James are on the bench. Reaves has proven to be an amazing third star for the team, even putting on an amazing show in a wire-to-wire victory over the Indiana Pacers in a game where James was ruled out and Luka hadn't taken the court yet. Reaves scored a career-high 45 points as he led the team to a resounding victory over a playoff contender. Redick should allow Reaves to man his own unit off of the bench and also slot him alongside James in the team's Luka-less stretches to continue high-level playmaking and shot creation abilities. If the Lakers can shore up their defense by integrating versatile wings and fully committing to Luka as the offensive centerpiece, they'll not only improve but also position themselves as true title contenders. They'll be a truly scary matchup in the playoffs, as Luka Doncic proved that he can take the best defensive teams in the West to task with his uncanny ability to score. Although the roster is flawed, the talent is there to make a run. Both Doncic and James have done more with less talent on their roster. Now, they have the puzzle pieces of a contender with a scary offensive attack and wing defenders that should at least be able to keep opposing teams honest. Now is the time for JJ Redick and the Lakers to rise to the occasion. The clock is ticking.